It's a mess.
Oh, chickens, you sound like go.
So far away. Hello, Paul Cresswell. My nose is a bit runny. Dog, been weeing. A little pup. My eyes just running a little bit. Not so bad. Still, it's just a pup, that's what it is. Puppy. He's grown like I don't know what. Unbelievable. He's doubled in size in 3 or 4 days. 4 days. Paul Cresswell. How do Brian? I'm okay. Oh, man, just about my eyes are watering a bit. Couldn't be there struggling me to get to sleep last night again. Side was really sore yesterday in my hand, but my hand's been killing me today, but I'm a little bit better. The pup's been with me all day playing. Stevie Boy Billings, you okay, mate? The Madhouse, Brian, hope you're okay, and the missus as well, yeah. And Eli's good, Bobby's good, and little little wolf feet. You only have to do that. His little troll feet. You can hear him troll like a little troll under the bed. Come on, little boy. Come on, son. He's straight there. Graham Smith, evening, mate. Neil Durrance. Hello, Brian. Hello, my brother. Growing global. Yes, Brian. How you doing? Freedom? Are you okay, brother? Yeah, my eyes fucking watering. I must be off the pup, I think. No one will get. Oh, we've been weaning that a little bit. He's weaning on the pads, but makes me eyes water. You know, puppies, and he's been on me. His fair's dead soft. It's like when you put him upside down in the bed, like you tickle him, he's going for you. He's a little get. He's more vicious than Eli, and he's only a baby. Don't forget Graham Smith. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. Do the troll sit-in. 48 people on. We're doing well already. Stevie Boy Billings, Freedom Bro, Anthony Robotham, another great lad. Mike Weston, hope you're okay, Mike. Al's Edinburgh, is it? Moto X with a spanner, sending love. And to you. Joseph Cassidy, hello there, mate. Hi, Brian. You're looking well, mate. I did ever cross paths with Lenny McQueen. I didn't know, but he knew about me. I met I was down there for a weekend once, and I only stayed only done 3 times in my life. And we went one day to get some coke. We've got a key and come back straight with it. We went on one weekend to the Mystery Sound, but I got food poisoning. I got a prawn sandwich on the way down. We were on our way down there, popping ecstasy, fucking driving there, went in a Merc to Hartlepool as we got there. And then I ate the prawn sandwiches on the back seat. Took 6, 7, 8 hours to get there. Traffic was horrendous. And I ate the prawn sandwich at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I got it fucking thrown up all over. Bad as a dog, so I couldn't eat 2 days. So they all went out. I had to stay in the house on my own. So I slept on the chair in the house. But bad as a dog, thrown up. And that was what I was saying in London. It was a fucking nightmare. And the other time when he went for the day, went straight there and come straight back. Fucking got lost going around the mate. I didn't have a clue where to go. We stayed at Surrey Quays just the one night. I'm okay, Joseph. I hope you're okay, mate. Just my eyes are a little bit watery. It's definitely a pup. Water. I'm allergic to fucking dust and mites and all sorts. Just been cleaning the bedroom up today, so I'm going to get the steamer out, and I'm going to get the carpet cleaner, clean it up tonight, and that should be all right for about a week. It took 10 days. Then every 7 to 10 days I have to clean it, and the bedding I have to do every week. Change it, and I put the quilt cover in the dryer, and put it on red hot, and then if there's any mites, it kills them. Dust mites, I'm terrible with them. Right, Western, the weather better than North Wales. It's freezing here, mate. It's been raining and everything. It was already earlier on. It was a bit of sun. Got about 10 minutes in it, 4 minutes at the window. Come back in, and then got a minute, and then it was raining like mad. fucking schizophrenic weather. Bobby and the Iron Wolf. Yeah, they're okay. Thank you, Helen. Janice, hope you're okay, love. Lovely lady. Don't forget, push the like buttons, guys. No one's pushed the like button. 70 people on, only 12 thumbs up, which means the trolls are beating us. Come on, don't let them trolls win. So, yeah, there's a new Jamie Tinfoil's brought a new breakfast out. Remember Snack, Crackle and Pop? This is crack heroin and brown. Crack heroin and brown. Crack heroin and brown. Yeah, that's it. Snack, Crackle and Pop, and he's got crack heroin and brown. Comes out on tomorrow, I think. You have to be over 21 to buy it. Crack and brown. Snap, Crackle and brown. See, I was in Hartlepool today. There's a monkey there. I know a lot of monkeys go to Hartlepool because they're from there. So we stood there with a fucking tin opener and a bunch of bananas. I said, that tin opener was too hard for them bananas. It's not for the bananas, it's for the custard. I thought it was hilarious. Maniac again, tell me jokes. It's funny, Maniac. It's not for the bananas, it's for the custard. The tin opener. You got a laugh, haven't you? He's been over the border with tinfoil, like a fucking paraffin lamp, they said. It just looks like a complete hobo over the border. And the lad said, I've just got round the corner, he'd just gone. And he'd just gone. He said, if I'd have been there 2-3 minutes before, I punched his fucking face in. It was that close to getting a good hiding. Not like it was yesterday, the day before. The lad said, I didn't phone you to tell you not, but I said, but we nearly got the fucker. The other kid was going to run him over. Fucking hell, run him over. You fucking make more damage to your car the size that fucking head of yours. Fantasise the bullshitter again with these bullshit stories, pretending he's making a fucking movie. So the movie's out now, the Stairs movie. It's at Netflix. I haven't seen it, but he's been at it already. The Tin Man. It's shit. It's the worst movie ever. Hey, nobody wants to watch this movie, so he's like bad mouthing the movie by putting these negative fucking shit on. Then when he does his own books, he pretends to be about 200 different people saying, this is the best book ever written. This Jamie lad, I don't know who he is. You're talking about your fucking self and answering yourself back. I don't know who he is, but he's the best author ever. And as soon as he starts that shit, he's the best author ever. He's the greatest author to come out of Teesside. He's the biggest fucking bullshit to come out of Teesside. I know that. You've never made a fucking penny. You've done all them books. None of them have sold. The only ones that sold was my book. My book was the only one that sold. You went selling, and Duffy's books sold. And I think Roy Shaw's book sold a couple of thousand. That was it. You've never made like 20, 30, 40, 50 grand off a book. You're a crank. And you've made that little. You've even lost your fucking house. You've even had, imagine losing your house and getting your house took off you for an addiction of fucking Snack, Crackle and Brown. Snack, Crackle and Pop. Snack, Crackle and Brown. So for that addiction alone, you've got your poor kid on the fucking streets living in a shithole. The police have put you in a safe house. You've got kicked out of that one, being moved again from Newcastle to Leeds. That's where you're at, Leeds. Leeds, that's where you're at. Clown, absolute clown. Paul Cresswell, no mate. So he's hiding in Leeds now. Thinks he's safe, silly little cunt. Scruffy tramp, you've been seen all over. There's no money, there's nothing getting done. You don't do nothing. Even the London boys are going to stop you next. You're getting stopped down there, crank. Yeah, 3 for 50, mate. 3 for 50, yeah, that's what he gets him for. Spot on. He pays 20 quid a pack for them. 20 quid a pack for them Gazipan blue things. But they're not even real because they get them from Manchester. And if they rub off, they're like a purple colour. They're the food, but they're usually rat poison. So a lot of people are dying because the Taliban to make the fucking things. Afghanistan and fucking send them over here. They reckon Edinburgh, more people are dying in Edinburgh of even more than heroin because the heroin's obviously real, but they're not. The fucking made rat poisoning gives you the same feeling as ecstasy. Ecstasy gives you the shakes, and when you get the shakes, you sweat because it's poison, you see. But they're putting full rat poison in them. So if you had maybe one or two, you might be okay. But when you're taking 10s and 20 like he did, he'd overdosed. His wife caught him and his son caught him, and he was thrown up on the floor. They were on the floor trying to resuscitate him. He was thrown up all frothing, everything frothing at the mouth. And Shirley's come in and videoed him down it. So Emma showed the video to Emma and said, "This is what I show him every time. This is how embarrassing it is." So I show him this. Yeah, definitely. But like, the thing is, I know a lot of people in Leeds, a lot of black lads, fucking naughty people. I was in jail will just fucking blow you in half. Don't give a fuck. And that's where he's fucking now hiding out the way, apparently, because somebody else has told me from that way. He's been seen down Leeds way. He's been seen in London as well with the Jack the Ripper people. So that's got to be getting stopped, because a lad who's phoned me from London said, "See that crank? I've seen him down London the other week." He said, with the Atwood one. So you were a fucking crank Atwood. So if he gets it with you, and you're with him, you'll get it as well, you stupid bastard. They don't give a fuck. The London boys either. They're fucking raging with him, with his mouth. Yeah. Yeah, he's fucking pure pisshead, mate. Honestly, I've never seen a bum. Like, you know when you drink water? Like that. Well, he does that with a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of vodka. Any spirit, he'll drink 3 bottles of spirits every single day. If he can't have 3, that's when he starts arguing there. What money. He used to go on his mum's and want money off his mum for alcohol, and his mum couldn't afford to give him it. He started screaming, shouting at his mum, so she barred him out of the house. His own brother wouldn't have him anywhere near the door. His own brother, his brother was in the army, very, really good lad. Fucking got a salute to him, and that crank said to me, he said, "Oh yeah, I done my basic training." He said, "But I packed enough my basic training. I just did it to see how fit I was, but I knew I'd pass it because I was a boxing expert. I was a semi-pro boxer and all that shite." He told me. So I checked up, and he said to Dale, Brendan Hyde, he sent the text. Dale showed me it in the Flames Lounge, which is a restaurant my mates own, multi-millionaires, these lads, Asian lads, and they own all of 6. I think they have about 800 taxis now. The biggest firm in the northeast. They were the second man. Now they're the biggest. Great lads, Marv, Shab, Baby, Imi. They're all like brothers to me. And I looked after them because they're about 5, 6 years younger than me. So I looked after them at the Braves, and they're like 16, 17 years. So if I catch you on any you can come in and dance and mess about and have a lot, get fixed up and that with your girlfriends and that. But I catch you in any fucking raves, I'll boot you so fucking hard up the arse. You'll be fucking crying for a fucking fortnight. And they always laugh about it. They say, "Remember when they used to come to the rave, they used to let me in, but they used to go mad if I got caught, if they catch me." I said, "Yeah, I don't think I won't catch you because I fucking will." So I used to let them in, but they were just kids. We're better than being in there, dancing and jumping about, than being out fucking drinking and taking ecstasy. So sorry, drinking fucking heroin and all that shit. Glenn Monmouth, hello mate, Rock. He's got his fucking Santa suit on still. You're looking as bad as a fucking tinfoil, mate. You need to get that changed. Yeah, so he just makes stories up saying he was in the ABA semi-finals 3 years in a row. And I checked with people who was in that game, because it wasn't my game, boxing. And I've asked people who were in that game, like Marty Joseph Turner and Dennis Power and all, and they went, "Brian, he trained in the gym a couple of times, that was it. And he got battered off. That's why he hates the black lad, Ranjit's son, Ranjit's nephew. He got brain cancer. He had a big lump of his brain cut out of his ear. Poor fucking little kid. And he's calling him a fucking black words and all that, racist. Because he got a job in the Kinahans, because they've seen him. And he was like doing reporting, like getting interviews off like the Furies and that, and he was jealous to death. So he pretended to the Dole that he went and did the Furies, and that's how he said they got the £15,000 with him and Shirley stole off the. Why don't you got the police on that one, tinfoil? That £15,000 you got from Robert Brenton, 3 Bellingate Pontefract, War Cry Pubs, War Cry Press, from 3 Bellingate, where he sent from Barclays Bank, Rob Brenton, or Brenton Rob, I think it is. That's the passwords of his name. At £15,000 was sent to you every month. You got £1,000. But fiddling the door while working for the Sitting Advice Bureau and calling people on the door and slagging people. And I went in like a fucking clown with him. Thought he was going, because he was getting, they've made a mistake. It's all wrong. When I got in there, I went through it all within the procedure. Come out, he went, "I've just made 15 grand. Oh, thanks." I went, "So you've just had me in there, conspiracy to pervert the course of justice, and lying to the fucking Dole fraud squad. I can be pulled in now and charged for fucking conspiring to fraudulently for the charge now for you. I said, why didn't you just tell the truth and just say, oh, it was a mix-up? He's just fucking rotten great. So he was claiming dole. He's pretending he was a tea boy working in Pontefract. Now, it's £10 to get there, I think. £10 to get back. That was 20 quid. So he was saying he was getting like 16 hours, 4 hours a day. So 4 hours a day at £10 an hour would be 40 quid. So for £10 there and £10, that's 20. Then he's got to get the taxi when he gets back. And then his food and that. So he's waiting, what, for a tenner a day? What a load of fucking shit. So that means he's going down there for a tenner, coming all the way back just for a tenner outside of work, and then you'd have to pay your tax on top of the tenner. So he worked out if we coming home with like fucking 8 quid for a full day. The bloke said, doesn't make sense. You're going all the way there and your ticket fare and all this, and because you worked out on the computer, the bloke, they're clever then, in the door. And I interviewed the Furies. He never interviewed the Furies. It's all fucking shit. All made up, just a con. And then he'd call them people who can't get a job. Just because you're pretending you're working, but you were actually claiming dole because you were getting your dole money every month. But what you done, you were getting it from Northallerton. You scammed and you moved to Stokesley, hid in Stokesley and thought you could get away with it. But when you were claiming, Stokesley got told that you were in Stokesley, because it's where you claim from in Middlesbrough. So it took them about 8 months to catch you up. They got you. And we had to go in. So I took you down. It was a little car, that colour, ready colour. Bobby took you in. And we went in, sat there with the drug squad, the fraud squad, and they were all in black. And he said, as at this minute in time, you're under arrest because you've put a claim in here. You've had £12,000 over 12 months. And 1 month you had £3,000. So that's £15,000 the last 13 months. And you've been claiming dole money yourself. And your wife's been claiming family credits. So she's been getting all that. She's had £1,000 a month for 12 months in a row, sent from, obviously, from Rob Brent. That's who it was sent from. He sent the money to her because we were selling the books. So all that time he was getting the money, making all that money off that, going on the dole. She was claiming on the dole as well, pretending she only was doing so many hours. And conning people, like people are working fucking breaking their back to make money, and they're fiddling dole money where people are struggling to get dole money. And he's laughing at people on the dole. Fucking two-faced cunt. Well, why don't you go to the police on that one? Hey, why don't you get the police on me if I'm making it up? Tinfoil, I'm not talking to you. Why don't you get the police and get Shelley phone the police? Because you don't want to do that, do you? Because they'll investigate, then you'll get arrested, won't you, you fucking little crank? Why don't you get the police on me? But you're grassing me up, So if I'm grassing you up, right? If I'm grassing you up, that proves that you put on the other week, you're grassing me up, yeah? I went, grass me up. I said, you made 16 times, you made statements against me. I'm telling the truth about a case where I could go to jail for you. I'm not going to fucking go to court and say I knew. I'm going to tell the truth and say he told me and my brother that it was all a mistake. So I went there as a Mackenzie friend. Oh, you didn't? You were all right then about me being a Mackenzie friend. He said, he's not a Mackenzie friend. I've been working 9 fucking years as a Mackenzie, as a care worker. And he's going, get a job, you bum to me. I've had a job for 9 years, Jamie. It might not be the best job. You might not get a lot of money for it, but I'm still doing good. I helped save my brother getting put in a home, or put in a home where he has to be cared for, like a care home. I put all my time into looking after him. I might not be able to give him the best support, but I do it and the best I can. And you're laughing at me and calling him a mong and calling me a fucking spacker just because I'm looking after my brother because he's got mental health issues. You couldn't do it because you're a selfish bastard. You couldn't give all your time to save your brother or your family. Your own mum won't even fucking talk to you. Calling me name, calling me a paedophile and the nonce. We'll soon see, won't we, when I go into schools in the next couple of weeks. We'll soon see about my nonce, because if I was a nonce, I wouldn't be able to get into schools. I've already been on the phone. It's all going through. Absolutely disgusting. One thing I would never call anyone is that word, a nonce or a paedophile, because unless they really are that thing, we all know deca is, because we all fucking know he is 100%. But I would never say it, because when somebody said about the man in the shed, I said, he was this, that, and the other. I went, I'm not being funny. Obviously, fucking. I don't believe he was a nonce. I really don't believe he was. And that's not me being licking anyone's ass. I just would not call anyone a nonce unless I knew they were a nonce. But there was rumours about this, rumours about that. Well, rumours are rumours, aren't they? People make rumours up. That's what they are. That's why they're called rumours, because the rumours made up. So when somebody said to me, can you remember when he was supposed to rape some woman in Spain? I went, no, I've never heard of it in my life. And even though what they've done to me, they left me fucking nearly dead. I still wouldn't call somebody that name unless I knew 100%. And I said to the lad, I can only answer the truth, and I've never heard that he's raped any woman in Spain or sexually abused anyone ever. I've never heard that story. Never. I've heard him making statements against people, things like that, in the past me, but not sexually abusing people. Never heard it, because I wouldn't like anyone to call me it. But I'm getting called off, that dirty bastard. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. But if I was at what I was, I wouldn't be able to go in the papers. I wouldn't be able to go in the schools. 2008, 2009, 2018, 2019, 2019 again, 2020, 21, 22, 20, not 23, 22. So I did them. I've been in what you call it, the schools in Middlesbrough, South Bank. I've been in schools in Blackhall. I've been in schools in Thornaby. I've been in schools in Stockton. I've been in schools at Hartlepool. So I've been in them schools, and it's in the papers where you put in. You can see Brian Cockerill speaks to children in Middlesbrough tomorrow. Brian Cockerill's been speaking to kids in Hartlepool today. And we also went in the rehab. You have to be DBS checked for that. So I did all that. And then don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. Come on, push the like buttons. Beat the trolls. But calling people them names, retard and a spack and all that was in the 70s. I mean, there's people out there, right, war heroes, have lost their legs and their arms, been blew up in wheelchairs for the rest of their life, for putting their life on the line for us, for our dignity and pride, and to help us and stop tyranny and terrorism coming to this country. They put their life on the line for us, and you're calling people retards. Army heroes that are coming back from fucking Afghanistan and Iraq and fucking all these other places all around the world. We don't even know some of the places where they're fighting. Coming back, heroes, putting their lives on the line, losing their limbs, and you're fucking calling people retards and spackers and monks because they're in a wheelchair. You're fucking bang out of order. And the Great British probably won't let that go. There's little kids there getting polio, losing their limbs. Like kids having getting run over, they take their legs off, and laughing at kids like that, laughing at anyone in a wheelchair. You've got to be not right in the fucking head. We all know you're not right in the head, and that's why the people behind us all know it's all bullshit. All the books you've done, you've ripped every fucker off of the books. Everyone you've ripped off. Why don't you go and why you've beaten a court and you've denied that? You're even denying me that I'm telling lies about the courts. I've even put all the court records up. If I was lying about that, why don't you go to the courts and say he's put malicious communication up saying he's been to court and beat me and got disclosure? Why don't you and Shelley go and get the police on me for that? Because it's the truth. That's why you can't go for it, because if it was the truth and I was lying now about it, you'd have me done for malicious communication because you're obsessed with making statements. Even putting things up the other day, we're going to report because the dog's too young. You shouldn't be having a dog that young. What fucking sicko are you? We already beaten the vet. We already talked to the vet and told what happened about the dog and a big. And she was fine. It's fine whatsoever. You're not allowed to have a vet that young and not like fucking horrible poison bastards. Yeah, you killed your dog. You kicked your dog to death. You were kicking that dog that much it died in internal bleeding. You kicked your dog to death. Me and Bobby caught you in the fucking house. We opened the door and you were booting the fucking dog because the dog had opened the bin up. He put like rubbish in his bin in his kitchen, and it was one of them green bins. And what the dog had done, it had pulled the bin down. It was an old dog, about 10-year-old Staffordshire, and he pulled the bin down. Well, dogs do that, don't they? You've got to fucking just clean the mess up and think, you fucking little bastard. And he's kicked the dog and kicked it, and the fucking dog died later on. Fucking scum. And then he's poisoned my dog. I poisoned your dog. I gave him some lovely sausages with lovely ingredients in your sausages. No one, like the great people publish, the public, they're looking at that and thinking, you fucking animal you are, and laughing at my wife, being frightened on here. See Emma Cockerill shaking like a shithouse dog. The coward she is. What? A woman, a coward. Because a window's getting put through. A fucking dog's been poisoned. Her husband's fucking paralysed in a wheelchair. She's got my brother in there who's petrified, like firebombs come through the house. And you're sitting laughing at them, being frightened. Yeah? Come and fucking do it to me, you shit house. Come and do it to me. Bring your gang where you want to meet me. I'll come meet you, fucking shitbag. Instead of come to people's houses throwing stones and bricks and firebombs. Cowardly and run away like little fucking girls. Because that's what you are, a little fanny. A little fanny, I told you are. Fucking boils me blood. People like him. This fucking hero's going to a fucking war, losing limbs, and he's laughing at people in wheelchairs. Fucking calling people fucking spacker, retard, crippled, mom, and offering people out in a wheelchair. Think you thought I was going to be in that wheelchair for the rest of my life. With the grace of God, He's getting me stronger every day. And now you fucking shit yourself, and you've moved out of my area to get away from me because you think if I bump into me, he's going to fucking destroy me. But you're the one who's telling me you're going to beat me up. I have the right to defend myself. So if you come at me and I hit you and fucking pulverize your fucking skull and break your jaw, I'll get off with it because you've already put that big blabbermouth at you. I'm going to pivot and move with your Cockerill and get you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. We'll see when we meet in the street. And that's why you've hid. You've got the Newcastle out the way. You've got the fucking Leeds out the way because you're a coward. You've got no bottle. You're a shit house. Your wife's a shit house coward as well. She's a shit house. And she works for the City Advice Bureau. And Shelley, you did get £15,000 off the door. You fraudulently had £12,000 in your bank from Robert Brenton, 3 Bailey-Gate, Pontefract, War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press, sent you the money from Barclays Bank to you when you were claiming for dole. 2018 and 2019, you were fraudulently claiming money. You're a fucking con woman. You think you're clever because you've got the fucking City Advice behind you. Your bureau, you think you're a clever cunt reporting people to the door, getting young lads and saying, if you don't do this and do that, I'm going to report you to the door. I'm a legal secretary and I work for the door, or I'm a legal secretary and I work for a law firm. No, you don't, Shirley. You work for the City Advice Bureau in Middlesbrough, and you answer the phone, and then you go, hello, City Advice Bureau, how can I help you? Gas department. You work for the gas board in the fucking City Advice Bureau. That's what you do. You get people's gas on. You're not a legal secretary, because if you were a legal secretary, you would have known the difference between a magistrate's court and a Crown Court and a civil court. Now, when you go to court in a civil case, you go to a civil courtroom hearing, which is a combination of the Crown Court and the civil courts combined in one. And because the COVID was on, all the courts were closed. But because you could have 3 people in a building, the civil courts were still open because you'd have the judge in each chamber, the clerk would be in the room, and somebody opened the door. So there could be 3 people in the building. That's all you needed. So there'd be another judge in the other part of the building. So there might be, say, 4 chambers or 5 or 6 chambers with 6 judges in different parts of the building. They could be letting in them doors, like the side door here for that one. He'd be in that room, and they'd be in there. So they'd be able to do the civil cases, but you couldn't have anyone there because you only allowed 3 people in the room. So what they were doing is they're getting you to phone up on BT Meet. Hello, Brian Cockerill. And it would go, Brian Cockerill has now entered the courtroom hearing. Then Jamie Doyle. Jamie Doyle has now entered the courtroom hearing. And that's what happened. So they were doing that. So what did he do? He recorded the conference call, went down to the magistrates, or the magistrates at a court where you go to the criminal court. So if you go to court and the magistrate, any criminal know, you go to there. If what they do, you go in front of the magistrates, 3 magistrates usually, and you have a clerk, and the clerk's a barrister, and they tell them what to do because they haven't got a clue. They're like, one could be a doctor, one could be a nurse, one could be a fucking butcher, one could be a painter, or whatever. That's what they do. They're just normal people, so they don't really know the law. So they advise them. The clerk will say it's under section such and such. The most you give them is this, that, and the other. So if you go in the case, you go in, and if the case is less than 2 years, they can deal with it. But if it's more than 2 years, you have to be referred then to the Crown, where you go to the Crown for plea and directions, and then the judge can give you whatever sentence you get. But if it's less than 2 years, you can be dealt as the criminal courts in there. But you can't deal in the criminal courts, the magistrates, with disclosure or a civil case. A civil case has to be brought up in the Crown Court combination, and that's why we went. And that's why it had Crown Court on it, and that's why it had Crown Court Judge Gargan, Judge Lillis, Judge Swan, Judge Phillips, all them different Judge Cook. All you recorded it, and you pretended that you went to the magistrate. Shirley went, "We've been to the courts 3 times. Once against Shirley said, once against Brian Cockerill, we walked out free. Once against Terry Dixon, and we walked out free, and once against Marty Joseph Turner, and all 3 court cases we won." Well, Shirley, you couldn't have won because the combination. Sorry, it's you can't do that in the magistrate. It's a criminal court, and the second one you didn't do your due diligence because in 2021 every single courtroom in the country was shut down, or even the jails was all on lockdown. People were given telephones so they could speak 24 hours a day. They were getting talk time on them because they were on lockdown. Everywhere was shut. So there was nobody getting exercise rings. They're all getting locked in the cells. So you talk shit, Jelly. So you can't have went to the magistrate because we're all on lockdown. We're all closed because you need more than 3 people in the magistrate. You've got to have the usher to let you in. You've got to have the jailer want to walk in with the handcuffs on, so that you're bringing prisoners to court. So if you've got, say, 3 prisoners, you've got 3 prisoners in. There's 3. Then you've got the judge, the magistrate, the other magistrate, the magistrate. Even if there's only one magistrate, then you've got to have the clerk, and then you've got to have the clerk of the court, and then you've got to have the stenographer to type. So you'd have to have 6, 7, 8 people in there. You couldn't have that many. You could only have 3 in each room. And that's why you couldn't have them in the magistrate. They were shut down for about 10 months. No one went to court for ages. So people that were on remand looking at, say, 18 months were on longer because they were on remand because they couldn't get out because everything was in lockdown. But you could go to the magistrate, so you could go to the Crown Court on the phone. You could speak on the phone to the judges. So the judge would come on the phone, speak to you, and then he would phone to the clerk, and then she would do whatever and send it on because they know the law, you see. So they dealt with them. So what the thought is, we might as well get all the civil cases dealt with while we just at home do nothing, or we'll do them at the courts. And that's what they were doing. They're doing them at the court. So you'd go on the phone and they would say, who's it? And you put your name on, they'd put you in. Then the judge say, right, Mr. Cockerill, what you want to do? And you say, I'm here for disclosure of the War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press. And then you carry on with the case. So you're just a liar, Shelley. You just make a fool of yourself because you're a big balloon. You talk shite. A big balloon who eats cakes and pies all day, talking shit. Shelley Crabtree. You talk shit. You never went to the magistrates because the magistrates were all closed down. So next time you go to war with me, do your due diligence. You never learn, you said. You're a clown. I destroyed you in the courts. Absolutely destroyed you. The judge gave me the full paperwork. I've got full disclosure, and it's not finished yet. Nowhere near finished because I've been given the full disclosure to go into these other outlets. And because I've got my injuries, the judge said, Mr. Cockerill, you've had a hard time with this case because from day one, they've told you they had the disclosure. All they had to do is give me, I asked him, I said, can you give me an invoice? Couldn't give me it. Couldn't give me the 3rd month, 2nd month, 3rd month, or something's not right here. War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press wouldn't give me nothing. So I went, alarm bells straight away. So I phoned my friend who was a barrister. He went, well, it's breach of contract. If they can't give you the invoices to how much money's been made, how many books have been printed, and they have to give you paperwork to say how much has been made and much is inland revenues owed, and how many books have been printed across the country, out around the world. They couldn't do that. They wouldn't give me the documentary, no invoices. They wouldn't give me any money for the documentary. They wouldn't give me any money for the Kindle book, the audio book. I wasn't getting paid for that. I've been paid a penny for the audio book, nothing. So all of us have done it. Richie Orsi not got paid properly. Nick Sobby hasn't been paid properly. Danny Fairview hasn't paid properly. Steve Rafe never got paid properly. Paddy Maloney never got paid. Paddy bought his own books back off them and redone and reprinted them. They robbed Paddy for a fortune. Paddy never got paid. He come on the phone and talked to me, Paddy Maloney, and said, "Yeah, they've only given me £5.37 in 18 months." I said, "I've had 38 pence. Just take the fucking piss out of people. Scumbag little fucking rat, little scumbag." Well, Brenton, you're the same little dibby cunt, about 5'2". You are going to get your comeuppance, you cunts, both of you. Thinking you're clever, ripping people off. And he's went, I've taxed the tax man. He really thinks he's fucking clever. But he's going to, one day, someone's going to run into him. And that'll be the end of that cunt. Because that's what's going to happen to him. Because he is one horrible, obnoxious little prick. So police Scotland have 9 cases thrown out. Yeah, that's right, mate. Civil lawyer. I need a civil lawyer to sue the police. I had 9 cases throughout. Scotland's law is a little bit different over there, but I know what you're saying. You probably, all you do is you just get them no win, no fee solicitors are the best. You get them all over, and they go against the police. Where Watson and Woodhouse are good here. To say Brian Cockerill said you'd probably take the case on, or Matthewson's are good as well. There's ones that do like no win, no fee. But when I asked, like say, do us a favour, I said, where's my contract? No contract. I thought, well, how the fuck can you sign a book deal with no contract? Wouldn't give me a contract. oh, it's next month. What's happening? He's away for 2 months, and this is happening. I said, that's well, can I get proof for you? He went, oh, what it is, Rob's away for 3 months, 6 months, could be a year. He said, he's told me to put you to the top of the pile to do your book next. He likes you the best because you're going to make the most money and you're going to get your book's going to go through the roof. He said, so we're going to put your book now instead of later on. It was just a load of flannel, a load of fucking shit because I believed him, just because what I've done is I believed in him and I trusted him and I trust Rob and I trust Shirley and I give out my heart and soul into everything when I do something. If I do something, I put everything in it. When he was getting bullied, I was at his house at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, taking his fucking son to fucking school, picking his fucking wife up at the corner, picking him up, dropping him off, picking her up, dropping them off, different places, getting them fucking going for gear with the cunt, getting him fucking gear in different places. And our car, me and Bobby riding out, we could have got caught with it and we'd have got to jail just to help him because of his addictions. Dropping him off at Newcastle, picking him up at fucking train stations, all over the fucking place. Not once did he put a penny in the car. Every time, same. Steve Ray said to me, don't out, just sit there, don't you get out. Just watch what he does here. And I wrote on the thing, no card. I said, well, I'll put in here what I think he's going to do, and you put on your phone what you think he's going to do. So I put no card. And then Steve passed his phone to me, and it was like, forgot my card. And I went, left my card, no card. I left the card in the house, sorry, but so I showed him my phone, and he'll be best out laughing. He said, you wrote him as well. Same horse chestnut, Steve said. He does the same thing with everyone. Oh, I've left my card in the house, I forgot it. You don't forget it when you're going for your fucking drugs, do you? You had me and my brother in about something 2 o'clock in the morning getting shit for you. He said, I've just got to go and see my mum, she's bad. I've just got to go and see my uncle, it's Christmas. Of course I'll take you go and see your mum, you're all right. It's all lies. He was going to drug houses because I've seen someone, I know him. And I remember him at Sean Days years ago at Sean's garage when I was boxing. So I knocked on the door and he said, how are you, big bro? Are you doing all right? I said, yes. So I sat down. I'm just going to go to the off door and get some chocolate for Shirley and some Bailey's cream. So he went in there. He's in there about 40 minutes. So he must have been getting more gear on the corner because there's another drug house he goes to. He said, between me and you, he said he gets them Subutex. I said, what the fuck's a Subutex? He said, them ones you get in jail. I went, oh, them little Tangesic things. He went, they're like about 10 times stronger than them. I said, fuck off. He said, oh, he gets them. And I said, well, in jail they're about 80, 90 quid. Yeah, that's a tablet like that, a white and creamy one. He said, well, he'll go through them all. Like, he'll have fucking 5 or 6 of them a day. I said, fuck off. I know lads in jail will buy one of them that lasts him a full week. He's doing like 4 and 5 a day and sometimes more. Absolute smackhead. Junkie bum. And when he can't get his stuff, he starts arguing with them because he spent all the money at Christmas on fucking shit. And that's why they got behind the £500 mortgage. And that's why me and Emma did all the runabout and got the money for him. Give them £600 to keep the other 100. We're not bothered about that. And then pay your mortgage. Never paid it. That's how he's been kicked out of the house. So he did all that money for him, got it for him. He's kept the money. Junkie cunt. Shirley Crabtree, yeah, you know Shirley Crabtree is, don't you? Fucking giant ace, not there. Big daddy. That's what I call her that. Shirley fucking hates it, she does. Shirley Crabtree. Yeah, so she's the biggest fucking. So why don't you go to the place and say I'm lying on here? Get me done for Juju. What's it called? If I'm making this up and it's all lies, it would be misconstrued. It would be classed as malicious communication and slander. So if I'm slandering you now, saying you're a dull cheat and a thief, which you are a fucking dull cheat and a thief, go to the place that I've been nicked, and then they'll have to investigate it down the door. And when they go down there, they'll say, no. You know why you can't get away with it, you fucking Dumbo the elephant? Because we were recorded. We were recorded by the fucking the dole officers in there. They said, we the fraud squad, and you're under arrest now. The next time we talk, we're gonna have to record you. So they push it deep, and then you had to give your name and address. So I had to give mine and his. Here as a Mackenzie friend, which means someone who's got. He said he had mental health bipolar. That was all fucking shit as well. So I was there as a Mackenzie friend to help him. So I done all that for him. Saved him £15,000. Saved him going to fucking jail. And he come out. He went, I've just made 15 grand. Your taxman's brilliant. Taxman's done it. Brian's got me off for 15 grand. Telling everyone, don't be telling people like that. That could get you brought back in by talking on. So then he's on the thing. Going, I've done 7 books this year. I've done this year, I've done that. I said, if you're claiming dole, you're on there telling the fucking world you've done 7 books, they're going to catch you, somebody will find you. He's fucking bragging all. He can't shut up, say that mouth, bragging all the time. So he's bragging at books he's done. How many documentaries he's made? 4 documentaries, 7 books, so many £1,000s he's made. I thought, you're claiming Dole, and you're telling them that you're a T-boy for Rob Brent. You work in his office 16 hours a week. You go there 4 times a week on the train and come back, and you only work 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. And then you're telling the public I work 7 days a week every day. No, you don't. You're a fucking liar. You're on the dole. You're on the dole, and you're claiming, and you're selling books and claiming dole money, which is pure fraud. I think it's fucking disgusting what you're doing. But you and her, Fatty, why don't you go to the police on me? Come on, take it off to the police station. You know the number, don't you? Hold on, it's 999. You know that, don't you? Fucking PC, fucking Doyle. PC Doyle and WPC Crabtree. Fucking horrible they are. Honest to God, all the time they believe us. And then we were going around, me and Bobby, at 3 and 4 in the morning, fucking offering Peter off the street and chasing Peter off his street. They get a fucking way up his house now, and I'm going to fucking get out this car. Private can just no, fuck off, because I trusted him. Now I'm chasing Peter in the street, shouting at Peter in Middlesbrough. Every two coming in, they all shit scared. And I was thinking, why is the fuck? Don't forget to hit the like buttons, guys. There's only 40 fucking thumbs up. What's going on here? There's a conspiracy on here. You've all gone on this side, haven't you? You've left me and you've got the fucking Shirley's, haven't you? Shirley Crabtree to get you in a wrestling hold. Yeah, she only goes out because she can't get another man. So that's all she's with him for. Desperate. Met him on the bus because he went to go and see Paul Sykes in Wakefield. He met Dale Brendan Hyde. So Dale gave him the chance for the books. And when he got there, she said, well, I'm on the bus. He said, I'm on the bus. He was pissed. So he fell asleep on the bus. He rolled off the seat and landed on the floor. So he pissed himself. So I said, because I was at the table with me, Bobby, I can't remember, Manioca might have been there. I said, how did you guys meet? Anyway, how did you get to meet? And I well, what it was, I was on a dating site. I went, a dating site? I looked at her, fucking hell. Anyway, she's on a dating site. She said, I used to go on dating sites and get fixed up and have a date with people on there. And I'm like, I didn't want to know this, like fucking hell. Going red for this fucker was. She's dead. Oh, she's horrible. Honestly, she fucking jump on you in a second. You'd fucking shite yourself. She grabbed you. You'd shit yourself, I'm telling you. Anyway, she said, oh yeah, I used to go on dating sites, yeah. And he was going, yeah, and you slept with everyone in Harrogate, haven't you? One night he's come on, but forgot the live was on. And loads of people from South Bank were watching it and Middlesbrough and said, you fucking slept with everyone in Harrogate. You've been all on dating sites. You fucked everyone. He's shouting going on. And she was going, and you've been with everyone, yeah. And you sleep with men and all sorts. She's shouting. So they're arguing on the thing. And you sleep with rent boys. She's shouting. So they've left it on. I think they've done it deliberately because they're fucking sickos in the head. And she went, Shirley, the live's still out. She went, oh my God. But like normal people go, you fucking stupid bad. You go mental. Wouldn't you think everyone knows now what we are? So everyone heard what they were doing, wife swapping and all that shite. How could you swap your wife for another woman? I can't work that out, mate. Your wife, who you love more than anything, or you get married to, you put the ring on, God puts you together, and you go into somebody else to sleep with your wife. Then come and get back. Fuck off. Didn't even fucking sick in the head. It's not normal. It's not normal. I fucking believe you're not normal. You had a fucking weirdo. Where's the rent boys? Where's the rent boys? Fucking hell, I was like that, but we was doing it. We were still with him then. I was thinking, oh, everyone's laughing at us here. And when you get embarrassed, you think, oh, please don't. When I was hiding behind the post in Jimmy O's, and he was going on about Paul Sykes, having sex for 13, 14-year-olds, I was like cringing, hiding behind this post. I thought, everyone can see you. But you could see him there. He'd be getting interviewed over there, and I was hiding behind a post like this. Manioc was there. Manioc's been to see us today. He said, can you remember when he was off his head when we went to Jimmy O's? I said, yeah, I was telling everyone the other week. Oh, he's not bothered. Wife swapping. I'm like, fucking hell, you're right, cringing. And that's what they're into. Fucking weirdos. So anyway, he's on the bus and he's fell asleep. And he's peed himself. I said, what do you mean he's peed himself? She went, well, he used to have this green park car called him Pissy Parker. And you look like a pedo parker, them pedo coats. Or the pedos are watching. So he's in a shop and he's got a pornographic book off the thing like that. She's behind him, Shirley Crabtree, videoing him, looking at women with no clothes on and opening the pages like that and going, and laughing and going like that, and like disgusting, like really vile. I'm thinking, you fucking animals. Anyone could be watching it because it was just on War Cry Publishing Player. I thought it could be kids or anything watching this. He's going because they'll look at women's things and that, and like going ooh like that, and she's behind him videoing him. I thought, you are one fucking weirdo, you pervert bastard. He is. $7 in a year, climbing the brew. Yeah, no, not $7. Seven. Yeah, $7. That's what I'm saying. $7. That's what I'm saying. How many? He wrote $7. You've got to remember this. Every book they do a Kindle Fest as well, so there's 14 really because you get the Kindle, then you get the audio book, then you get the 4 documentaries, and then he's getting Dole money. He's working at Rob Brenton's as a tea boy, getting paid off him, and he's claiming Dole, saying he's not getting paid. So he told the Dole when he got caught, he said he was working as a tea boy. When he told the court, he said, "Oh, War Cry Publishing, I manage that page." He said, "I'm not an author. I'm just. What was the word he said? I'm just. What the fuck was it? He was. I work there. The page was created for me, but I work there as like a tea boy in the room." He said, "I'd go down and get stuff like out of the library. I'm ghostwriter. That's what he said. I'm just a ghostwriter." But why is it? So what gives it away? You fucking thick pair of thick cunts. Your name's written by Jamie Boyle. So how can you be the ghostwriter if your name's on the fucking books and on the audio and the Kindle and the documentaries and everything else? And you go, I'm an author, I'm the producer, I'm the director. So you put your name to the books. So you're that book's yours now because your name's on the book. So you've 7 books and you're making the money a fortune. In one month alone, you said you made $3,000 just off one of Lee Duffy's books in 1 month off Lee Duffy's, and that's how God bless Lee Duffy. He bought your fucking house for you, and you were calling his wife, Lee's wife, and his kids, and slagging them. Everyone's laughing like fuck. Look, yeah, in 1 year, claiming the brew. The brew, it's a Dole word that for the Dole, claiming the brew, and he's fucking making all that money, and he's gone and bought a house out of Lee's money. And then he went, I'm not writing any more about criminals, the scumbags, the degenerates of the earth. They're all fucking vermin, he said. I said, yeah, we might be vermin, but those vermin have kept you in fucking food and water and your mortgage and your bills and your gas and your electric and everything else, and fucking all the people who's bought the books off you have been conned, and all the people who written the books for you, they've some people like me, I've been nearly killed. I don't know how many fucking times, and I'll give you my life story, give you it, to try and make a couple of quid out of it. I think, well, I'll get my wife something nice, for Christmas, or I'll get this, or I'll get a better car or something. I'll make a few grand off that. End up with I've made about 600 quid off the whole lot, off every single thing. And by the time you pay your tax, I made fuck off. He wouldn't give me no invoices. He wouldn't give me any pay slips. He wouldn't give me any bank statements. He wouldn't give me nothing. So the judge said, look, what have you given Mr. Cockerill in the last year for proof of payments? He went, Rob Brent went, out. And he went, Mr. Cockerill, we're going to have to stop today. He said, because Jamie Thingy Doyle is saying he's not the author. He's just a ghostwriter. So we won't be able to sue him. You can't sue War Cry Publishing and War Cry Press. I said, why is that, Your Honour? He said, because War Cry Publishing and War Cry Press don't exist in Company's House. So if they're not in Company's House, Your Honour, does that mean they're not an entity? He went, yes, you've got it in one. Does that mean they're not paying taxes? Well, it's fraud. He said, exactly. The judge knew, so he had to stop the trial on the day. And he said, what we're going to do is we're going to bring it back. So you now have to open a new company and amend it, which I did. I showed you all the paperwork before. If you want how I won my court case, you'll see that how we done it. And we went back and they opened a company called Rubik's. Now, Rubik's was a new company. So War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press, didn't all them books, he's made that, Rob Brenton, for 10, 12 years. Never paid tax or any money on them, on the Inland Revenue or nothing, for 12 years. So they've kept all that money. But it's worked out now. They've written 31 books over 14 years now. And they haven't paid no tax or nothing to the Inland Revenue. They haven't paid anyone the proper money. Like Marty Joseph Turner got £53, I think he got £43 for a book from Boys to Champ. Teddy Dicko, he never got paid properly. Big Rich Horsey did 3 bestsellers, and got £100 in 4 years off him. Nick Sorby hasn't been paid. I haven't been paid. Teddy didn't get paid. Marty didn't get paid. Paddy Maloney got robbed. everyone got robbed. Every Gary Fairby come and he said, I've done a book, I've done a movie. Mind you, I've done a book where I haven't been fucking paid now off him. He's ripped me off. He's never paid me now. So every single person's lying who's done a book with you. Why would they all make lies up and say, why is there like something like 20 odd people come on and said, I've done a book with you? You even ripped off the fucking the lady, Paul Sykes' sister, because you're going to give her 50% of the book. You never give her nothing. You went to a dodgy solicitor. You paid £300 for the book, because when you get a book and it says 16-year-old or more, you can get it signed over if you get it, because it's been out of population. It was called, and it has been published for 16 years. So there was a loophole. Dale told us, Dale Brendan Hyde. So Dale said what they've done is they've got a dodgy solicitor and it cost them £300. They cut the woman out of it, never give her nothing. But she told them all the stories, because she went and stayed with him for 2 weeks, if you remember. And he said the ghost of Paul Sykes stayed at my house. She gave me all the information, the input. Dale gave me all the information, the input. None of them got a penny off him, nothing. He got all the money. Him and Brendan kept the fucking lot. No one got any invoices. So he said to the judge, well, I give him his money every month. I said, well, I know what you're giving me. The judge said, well, we know what you're giving him because it's what he's in his bank account, but we want to know how much you're getting so we can work out how much you owe Mr. Cockerill. He said, surely you can't be that stupid, he said to the judge. You can't be that stupid that every month we want to know what you're getting. So Mr. Cockerill gets 37.5%. We have to break it down in layman's terms. You have to show us what's been spent, what's been paid, what's been put out, and what goes Mr. Cockerill's way. We can work that out, but we can't work that out until you give us invoices. All you have to do is go to your bank, get an invoice off the bank. They will give all your statements, or or go to Amazon, go on Amazon and ask Amazon to give you a breakdown of how many books have been printed and sold, and we can. So all the way through, and the last day of the trial, we went, we had the paperwork yesterday and we've lost it. So the judge went, that's very convenient. The day before the trial, you've lost all the paperwork. He said, beggar's belief. I said, well, Your Honour, can I just do this then? Could I just have a letter off you to tell them to give me permission to go into all the outlets? So the judge said, right, I will give you that, Mr. Cockerill. He said, I'll tell you what I will do. He said, you've been really unfair what's happened to this case. He said, all the way through this, they put hoops, they put fences in front of your post, all sorts of stuff, and you've been hurdling them. He said, now that's over. He said, so for now, you give him permission. And so he had to write to me. He said, if you don't do it, it's a court order. I'm warning you now. If you don't do it, I'll charge you contempt of court. So he was threatened by the judge, Judge Gargan. So the judge said, there's no time limit on this, Mr. Cockerill, because I know you've been poorly. He said, then you've never missed a court hearing. You've always turned up for the court hearing on the phone. You've never missed. And you've even been in front of me once, because when the 2022, when the courts opened back up, I went with Marty and I represented him. And I told him again there. And he said, I know what's been going on. I'm not the judge. In other words, he's not fucking daft. And he said, I see. Because when they went there, they hadn't turned up when we went with Marty. They said, we've got COVID with Pooley. Because I was waiting on the door. I was going to fucking bang the both of them clean out. I was waiting, and Rob said, you're going to batter these two. I can see you getting locked up. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to pulverise the both of them on this fucking doorstep. They never turned up. The fucking cowards wouldn't meet me in the courtroom. So they pretended they were Pooley. So the author was out on the night drinking Middlesbrough. So I thought, you're not Pooley. You shit yourself. Didn't turn up because I was at court. So the judge said, turned on and said, Mr. Cockerill, he said, what I'll do now, he said, they have to give you permission to have any shop you want around the world, permission to go in all these outlets to sell your books have been sold. So that's where we're at now. So I'm waiting for my friend who's a barrister. He's coming home soon. And he's going to help us do it properly because he's a top barrister. And he knows everything about the fucking things inside out. And he's come back for 4 or 5 months. So he's going to help us with it. Great lad. So he said the breach of contract alone is if you ask for invoices, say like you guys are at work, you're working at British Steel, for instance, or you're working at a factory, wherever, and you say, can I have a look at how much money I'm in this month? And they say no. Well, that's a breach of contract. You can look at the paperwork. You can give them, like, say, 24-hour notice or a week. I give them a month, give them 2 months, 3 months, still wouldn't give me the paperwork. So that's breach of contract because they're not letting you see how much has been sold. I want to know how many books have been printed. The judge said he has the right to know how many books. Yeah, but it's my company. I said, yeah, but you brought me into your company, so I'm part of your company. Brian Cockerill books are selling in your company, War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press. My name's on the books. It's me who's the author as well. I said, so it's my name, it's selling the books, not yours. And he said he's 100% right. He said he has the right to look at the paperwork. Anyone has. So if you think, wait a minute, there's discrepancy here. So you can have a look to see what trying to go, how come I only got paid 53 quid? I said to him, oh, what it was because of the COVID. So anyway, I went and phoned Waterstones, and I phoned Emma did it, to tell the truth. And I spoke to the lady at London Waterstones, and she phoned WH Smiths. So we asked them on the phone, I said, how bad has it hit with the COVID? How bad has it been with the sales of profits of sales? To tell the truth, she said, it's the best we've ever had. I said, I can't understand that. She says, well, if you think about it, no one can come out. So what they're doing is they're ordering them online, they're getting them posted to the postman. The postman's dropping them off at the doors. So it's up by 17% more than we've ever had it. So it's the best we've ever sold. So we've sold more books. So you've sold more books than I said. Yeah, we've sold more books than ever because people are going to hospital poorly with the COVID and that. So they're getting books and that sent, or audio's getting sent in. So we've sent 17% more before the scam didn't work. So I told the judge I can very well believe that. That makes sense. So everything they did, I did my due diligence. I kept doing it, but still never got no fucking money off them. Still haven't ripped my eyes out, and he's fucking moved. So's the other little rat, Brenton. He's fucked off. His name's Robert Brenton, and his nickname is Arthur Daly of Pontefract. So that's how it says it all, done it. Pure con man. Milldown Bargains, he had a shop. It was all a scam. None of that was all legal. None of it was legal. Everything they do was scam. The paperwork they got was that 1950s, like blotting paper, you know, the old schools in the 50s, 40s. It was dead thick paper. The cartoon figures they've got on the, we did one with Stephen Rafe. It only cost 50 quid for a brilliant picture, all in Boston, glossed up and everything. They're just cheapskates. They just get that fucking kids to give them 20 quid for doing a drawing or something to someone. And they have somebody like me like that, they're drawing me on the picture, and that's it. The books were costing 80 pence to make, so you can imagine how cheap the paperwork was. When Tina Shaw went, she went, what's that? She said, that there is fucking toilet roll, absolute toilet paper. Sorry, she said, that's not my dad. My dad was a legend. How dare you use my dad's name, trying to use my tapes? But my house, what was stolen tapes out of our house. He had tinfoil, stolen fucking tapes. When we told Rob Suggett, God bless him, he was on the other week, Rob. Another one who's come on. And when we talked to Steve, special topic talk, great lad, Steve, love him a bit. Steve went on, he told Jimmy, he said, I feel awful with Jimmy, because I think he's a lovely man. When I went on his show, he said, my best favourite person, he said, I've ever heard of his show was Brian Cockerill. He was on last week. What a lovely man. Man Mountain, beautiful person. Lovely nature and really funny. He said he was my favourite, and he was the politest man I've ever come across. And he was telling people about me, so I kept going on. I said, "Hey, Jimmy, all right, son, love you, Jimmy." So he got that wedding going. He's calling you Jimmy, doing this and doing that. So then Jimmy worked out. He said to Steve, "So what's happened there, Steve? I fell out with you and I fell out with Brian." This is very clever, Jimmy. Lovely lad. Don't forget, go and subscribe to Jimmy O's show, and you'll see him on there talking about the kids and everything. That fucking wrong and tinfoil. You'll see him on Jimmy O's show and just say, Brian Crocker sent me over to you. He's funny, Jimmy. He's a good lad. And he tells jokes, a bit like Chubby Brown type, if you like that stuff. He's funny. So Jimmy said, very clever lad, he said, really, I've been conned by Shirley and Jamie to bully Brian and you, Stephen. And I said, Stephen, tell me a little bit. And then Jimmy came on and, hey, you big fella, when you get me this kebab and when you get that, over the moon, when you get me this parmesan, sorry. So he's going to come up, because he was coming up to see me. And he said, no, you don't want to see him, because Jimmy would have found out the truth, because we had all the paperwork in the court, you see. I was going to give Jimmy so anyway, apparently he's done a book with Jimmy and ripped Jimmy off for the book as well now. So another one's been ripped off. So he's another one telling lies. So every single person that goes anywhere near him tells fucking shit. So with all that, Inspector Jack Frost. That's good, that Jack Frost. I like to do my due diligence, mate. No, fucking, that's what the cop was said to me. When they were getting me win for things, and they said, done this, and you said, you are clever. You fucking clever, couldn't you? Not nasty they were doing. They said, you're always two steps ahead of us. I'm a fucking country mile ahead of you, fucking idiots. I said, well, I'm jogging down the country lane. You fucking back in your office. I'm miles ahead of you. And they were laughing, the cops. He said, why don't you be a policeman? I went, if I was a policeman, there'd be no fucking criminals on the streets. And they were laughing their heads off. Sometimes you have a laugh with them, you know, you've got to just have a bit of fun. But making statements, I've never made a statement in my fucking life, even when they tried to kill me. All the fights, yeah, I've never even hit the bars, fucking shot at. They've made a statement, but when somebody calls you, you go to court, you get your barrister there, your solicitor, they read out what you've been convicted for. If you're a nonce, you wouldn't go to court. So if you're not a nonce, that's why Decahidi was shiting yourself to go to court. Shiting yourself in case they read out his record for what he'd been done for. You know what I mean? And what he'd been involved in. That's why he keeps missing the courts. So if you go to court, they'll go, Brian Cockerill, and they'll say, could you read out my record, Your Honour? And the Crown Court judge reads your record out and everything you've been done for since you're a kid, whatever, and it all comes out in the courtroom. So if you were a baddie, you were a nonce or a paedophile or a rapist, whatever, Brian Cockerill, blah, 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 in 1982 he did such and such and such and such, 83 this, 84 that, whatever, and it all comes out. Everything you've done comes out. Then the papers get it, and once they've got it, they just regurgitate it over and over again. Every time you go up for anything, like Brian Cockerill was done today for speeding, plus in 1984 he did such and such. So I've got none of that because I've done fuck all the kids. You're fucking wrong. And that's what the favourite thing to do now, say, he's a nonce, he's a paedophile, he's a rapist. So they do that shit to pull people away from you, to try and make you look bad, so people won't do the books for you. But what's happened to him? Everyone knows what he is now. Magnum was a good TV series. Over the Top. OTT, that was a series at OTT, wasn't it? Chris Tarrant. The woman used to come on dancing, and she always pretended to take her top off. It was fucking shite, wasn't it? I used to hate it. Not taking the top off the show, it was garbage. It was on a Saturday night. Always OTT, you need to chat someone to talk head off. Freedom, Kojak was good. Quincy was never. This is a mistake here, Freedom, and you got wrong. Quincy was never a detective. He was a doctor. He was a doctor, and it's a trick question that people put up and go, oh, Quincy, he was a medical practitioner. He was the mortician, you know, in your autopsy, he was one of them. So it's a trick that when you go on quizzes, it's a trick. And they go, oh yeah, I remember Quincy, he was never ever a private detective or a policeman. He worked in the lab to see where you know what's happened to your bodies. Kojak was good. And the other big fat lad with the curly hair, that was Kojak's real brother in real life. That his best film he ever made, Kojak, was the tank one, Battle of the Bulge, fucking class, and the one in jail with they had the Birdman of Alcatraz with Burt Lancaster. They were proper actors, weren't they? Them proper fucking actors, fucking brilliant. Not like the ones now. It's shite. Now shite. They were big 6'4" and fucking 19, 18 stone. Could have a fucking fist fight. Professionals was on a Saturday night. I mean, Bobby used to love it. Magnum was class. That was on a Sunday afternoon. Saturday or Sunday, I think it was. And I used to watch it. Two Dobermans. Higgy Baby, he was called. He had two Dobermans. He used to call them his boys. But his lads, that was it. And there was the black lad. His name TJ. I'm right, TJ. And fucking mine's. I told you my mind's fucking through the roof. Pumping Iron. 1977. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, and Serge Nabray. Serge Nabray was second. Arnold was first, and Louis was third. Serge Nabray was a great bodybuilder. He was never big. He was only 14 stone, but it's now to do how size that, proportions. Yeah. Pumping Iron was class. That's how I got into my bodybuilding watching that. Fucking loved it. Big up Timmy B. Official topic talk. We done loads of cop shows there. What? What's the other one? Sweeney was good. I know. The Professionals, have you done them? What about what's the one we think? Fucking hell, what else is there? Good CTV. Columbo. It's just yeah. Well, I came in and yelled. I was like that many times. Just one more thing, sir. Well, when he picked up that thing and he was like that, the fingerprints were going to be on the inside. because he had gloves on. Fucking brilliant. I just watched him yesterday. Fucking class he was. You just think he's a divvy. Sherlock Holmes is the best. That was the best. Sherlock Holmes was fucking class. I've watched every single one of Sherlock Holmes, black and white ones. I've listened to every radio show. I've watched all the new stuff, but the black and white stuff's the best with Basil Rathbone and Bruce Wayne. Bruce he was called. Not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne was Batman Money. Something Bruce, I can't remember his name now. They were the best two. George, something else. George, I can't remember his name now. George, something else, top actor, American. He was good and he played it as well. The A-Team, yeah, but nobody got fucking shot. 10,000 bullets got fired and nobody got fucking hit. It must be the worst fucking gun army in the world. He used to say moon, didn't he? And he'd fall asleep. He couldn't fly in a helicopter. He was called Face. One was called Face. One was called Be Baracus. Ain't no fool. Ain't no fool. Ain't no fool. Yeah. Pain. It's good. It was good in Rocky 3 when he was classing that. I liked it. 20,000 pieces. Yeah, I don't like them ones, mate. I like the one. Don't like the ones where I used to like that other one where they do the autopsies now. I can't remember what it's called. She was off the Brookside. She was in it. You remember her and Bob? Oh, the fuck. That was good. Rising Down. Yeah, Rising Down. Miss Jones. Fucking class, buddy. Just been on about that today, me and Lee Watley. I can't believe she have come and said that. I tell you, it was good. Prisoner cell block H. It was fucking terrible, wasn't it? They pushed the door and the door would move all over the fucking set. And they'd open the drawer because the writing underneath was, I've got to go to the toilet. So like they'll be written all over the walls. Chips, yeah, on the motorbikes. Starsky Nutch. I'll tell you what else I used to like. The Dukes of Hazzard on a Sunday and the car chase, and that was good. Yeah, Chips was good, wasn't it? Wentworth Prison. Vinegar Tits, they called her. You remember her? Skinny fucker. Yeah, she was fucking horrible. Like Cagney and Lacey was good. And Smokey and the Bandit. Remember that with him? He's died now, hasn't he? The Rock was Louis, Hulk, and Brian. The Rock was Louis, the Hulk, Brian. I used to be fucking massive, didn't I, once? Getting there now, getting my shoulders coming back, packing a bit of meat in one. Getting there. Went to prison. We went to prison, laugh out loud. Yeah. No problem, Steve. Anytime you could phone me any time of the day, fucking 24/7, mate. You know that. Here for your anytime racing lady. You sneaked in there, never seen you. Lovely lady, yeah, she is. Yeah, it was lovely, great. I used to on a Saturday, used to watch fucking Little House on the Prairie, and we'd be crying, wouldn't you, like that? And Mary's going blind and all that, and you put your hand on your face, and actually you couldn't see your eyes. You'd be laying on the floor. I'm not crying, no, I'm not. Your mum would go, get a bed, Joe. I'd be late on the night, like Frankenstein Best, The Werewolf, all that stuff. It was fucking class. Fucking shite now, isn't it, the telly? We have to watch each other and talk about old stuff. That's how bad it's got. Columbo was fucking Columbo. I like Columbo, he wasn't bad. I liked him and all. The karate lad, what was he called? Chuck Connors, wasn't it? Chuck Connors, one of the karate, he was good. Like a cowboy series he was in. That was good. And I used to like him, that was my favourite thing. Remember? Kung Fu, David Carradine, that was class. That used to be on the Saturday, I think 6, 7 o'clock. And used to watch. That was fucking brilliant. That Quincy, yeah, brilliant. I used to absolutely love that Kung Fu. Yeah, he killed the priest, didn't he? He had to go to America, and he could. Yeah, it was great. That series, walked across the desert, Cartman, freedom. Hang my daughters. Come on, guys, don't forget to push the like button. There's fucking 53 people. What's the matter? Your fingers broke? No. Well, there fucking will be if you don't push the buttons. 95 thumbs up. Come on, it's like fucking like that, isn't it? Do you want him down, tinfoil down? They used to do that, didn't they? In the arena, the horrible country, and the soldiers, what do you call them? Caesar and that. let him live. And the crowd would go like that, and he'd go down. Fucking big fucking trident thing stuck right through them. Death in Paradise. That's a new thing, that though, isn't it? I remember what the old stuff made. Great films. Great old films. Yeah, I liked Angels for Dirty Faces. All them old black and white gangster ones. I used to love all them. Films used to upset me, poor dog. The Shep films used to upset me, poor dog. Great films. Yeah, great films. I tell you what was great. Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. Fucking loved that film. It was fucking brilliant. Got to bed crying when you're upset, and then you'd have the other one, Moses and the Ten Commandments. Fucking brilliant films. Don't have actors like that now. Fucking rubbish. Is Lassie a cop? Fucking isn't there? What's that? Woof, 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 woof. It's gone down the hill, Lassie, yeah? Well, woof, 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 woof. Yeah, two men have shot him with a gun. Woof, 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 woof. Yeah, you need a rope. Woof, 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 woof. And you need another man to help you. Woof, woof, woof. And you need to use the phone. Fucking the dog can talk, couldn't it? Fucking hell. Kangaroo come around the corner. That could talk. Talking kangaroo. I thought a kangaroo was a Scotsman locked in the toilet. A kangaroo. Kangaroo. Oh. Scotsman locked in the toilet. Fucking hell. I used to like the old cowboys as well. Remember the old cowboys? They were good. Airwolf. Yeah, I remember watching that. That oldish bloke was in it, wasn't he? Red Stocky. I can't remember his name now. Good old actor. Been a lot of cowboy films. Yeah. Yeah, the old stuff was the best, wasn't it? Only Fools and Horses, fucking class, wasn't it? He says, he looks in the mirror and he goes, I get better looking every day, mate. I can't wait for tomorrow. He's fucking class, wasn't it? You'd watch out on this fat track, but you'd just be happy. Everyone in the house would be happy. Christmas decorations way up. You'd make stuff out with like fucking tinsel and put them around. You get toilet rolls and make fucking things with them and paint them and go everything. You made it all by hand, didn't you? You make it at school. You used to give you like your cards for your mum for Christmas night, didn't you? When you were about 14, 12, 13, before you make a card for your mum instead of buying it. And they'd be over the moon, wouldn't they, mum? Because your card be made by hand. Yeah, The Prisoner, fucking Patrick McGee. Big bit of chewing gum, it looked like, didn't it? Yeah, the old cowboy films were great. I remember American Werewolf in London. American Werewolf on that. That was like me in jail when I was fighting, when I was punching the bag, and everyone just like, everyone just went, like stinky scrapes like that, as if somebody comes in and go, what the fuck's this? And I'm on the bag, and they all just like look at me. Everyone just stops talking. I'm hitting the bag 20 times in jail in Averick. And then they all start fucking like talking again. It was fucking hilarious. It was like one of that thing you just said. What the Frankenstein? Fucking brilliant. Boris Karloff, Peter Cushing. He was the best one. You call him Vincent Price. His voice was fucking brilliant. He died penniless. Him, didn't have a penny. He was dead shy. Didn't ask for money. Tinfoil would have loved him, wouldn't he? Fucking hell. He'd borrow money to people, lend it to them, and never ask for it back. Tinfoil would have fucking loved him, wouldn't he? Sorry, I met Lassie, not Shep. Oh, Lassie. Lassie come home. There was the one where Lassie, there's the two versions of Lassie. There's the one, the American one, where they kick her out and you have to go and get her back. And then there's the one, the Yearling, that was another good film. Is Lassie a cop? No. Not a cop, is it, Lassie? It's an old-fashioned dog film, in the 1950s, I think. I think something like, I think she's in it, isn't she? Who's really Bonnie Elizabeth Taylor, I think she's in it. Randall and Hopkirk, the ghost. Randall and Hopkirk, deceased. Remember, get it right. Randall and Hopkirk, deceased. So detective Marty, he was called. Marty, the white suit. He's thinking, how the fuck can he remember everything him? Brains, see? Brains! He says to him, didn't he? Just go and get Professor Von Helsing's brain. So he goes, yes, master. I'll get Professor Von Helsing's brain. He's the cleverest man in the world. He's just died, been killed. So he goes to the fucking place. They get it. Breaks in the fucking where the mortuary is. Anyway, fucking the lightning comes in, there's a mirror, and the lightning comes on, he sees himself and drops the brain, it's Professor Van Helsing's brain, he drops, smashes it, breaks it the fuck. So he sees another brain, picks it up, so he takes the other brain back with him. Do you get Professor Van Helsing's brain? He went, yes, master. So he puts the brain on and puts it into the monster. And he went, and the monster's going, fucking going mental, smashing the house on everything, fucking tinfoil on a fucking come down. Shirley, Brown, shouting for fucking gear. Fucking smashes the house up and smashes everything to a piece. He went, did you get Van Helsing's brain? The cleverest man in the world. He went, no. I got Abby's. He went, Abby, you. He went, Abby Normal's. Abby Normal brain. Abnormal brain. He got the daft cunt. Abby, you. He went, abnormal brain. Fucking hell. I like that. It's a good one. The bloke who's in it, who plays the monster, is the one who's in Everyone Loves Raymond, the old man. You ever seen that series? The American one, comedy. Everyone Loves Raymond. It's funny. Skippy and Flipper, yeah, they could talk. They could talk as well. What's that, Flipper? What about Australians? They ask you a question. What's your favourite name? What was it? Oh, sorry. What's your favourite name? What was it? Hold on. What do you think? What's your favourite colour? Blue. What's your favourite hobby, sport? Eh? You're asking you a question and you answer it. What's your favourite name, Sheila? Fucking hell, you ask a question, you answer it. What's your favourite colour? Blue. I like the Australian films. I think some brilliant ones. Brilliant. Have you seen that one with the dog? Where the dog's in it? Australia, I can't remember what it's called now. It's 10,000 Big BC. It's like one of them type of films. Quantum Leap, yeah, it was good that. To go into different people. I used to hate it when he was a woman though. It was fucking stupid, didn't he? With a woman's dress on. Walking around with the dress on, cut the dress out. Fucking hell. Not fucking tinfoil. Mum in Kess. Timmy B. Ivy from Coronation Street was the mum in Kess. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she was. She was the mum. Oh, Billy, I'm telling you. He fucking puts it underneath the fucking racing ladies on here. She'd be laughing there, the racing ladies. I think she's gone. Oh, she's on racing lady. So he goes in racing lady. Billy. Oh, Billy, proper Yorkshire. But that win, he went, nah, it's got no chance. Got no chance to win. So he says, fuck it. But he's selfish and chips and all the stuff and everything. The horse only fucking wins about a tenner or something. Billy goes, where's our such and such thingy? Billy, he's looking for him all over the fucking place. Bashes fuck out of him and kills his fucking hawk, doesn't he? What was it? Kestrel, I think. Yeah, I love that film. That was like me. That's the type of kid I was. A scruffy little kid like him. But fuck all, I haven't changed ever. Scruffy little kid, but fuck all. And I was always on my own, nearly. When you're not wrong, one or two lads. John McKean, Grandstand. Oh, I used to fucking hate it, me. I honestly hated it, but it was all day long. Fucking old dad horses. And over the fence fence, and let's to pick it and fuck off. We used to drive me mental. We used to have the 6 horses, 6 races. I'd got that. Really crying I was. So I got this old black and white telly. It was about 12. I'm going to try and I'll go to my mum's and get a picture. It's about 14-inch telly, black and white. And it had a dial where you turned it on like a radio dial. And I used to watch BBC Two, and there'd be like a film on BBC Two sometimes. Brian Kent used to be on their TV series, like, I can't remember what it's called now. The kids thing it used to be on. I used to watch that and fucking started watching. I hated racing. And Big Daddy was fucking shite, wasn't he? All that easy. It was fucking so corny. The same as the new one, isn't it? The Americans, they all love it. The Americans, it's all made up. Fucking, and they'll stop before they hit them. And what everyone can surely to God they can see it's made up. Mary Mungo and Midge, yeah, I like them. Mary Mungo and Midge, you take the piss, Hangman ordered. What about bread something, broomsticks, as we call it? Remember her? The old woman, she was bonny, when she was young, really bonny. Mary Sherrod, she's a nosy fucking coward. She fucking, there. She's having an affair with him at number 28. I've seen her in that house 3 times this week. I think she might be seeing the milkman. You know, you get them old women, don't you? Fucking don't cause fucking murder. He's on. That's what tinfoil is, a fucking little gobshite. There's more. There's no smoke without fire. There's more to this than meets the eye. Or mum comes up, oh, that fucking shite. Oh, there's something going on there, son. That's twice I've seen him at that door this week. No, the woman's doing nothing, mum. I said she's getting fucking. I'd be getting the house painted or something. Something completely innocent. Oh, mum, they're having the fair with every fucking down the street. I've seen that Mr. Jenkins. I'm sure there's something going on with him too. Fucking, you know, old women, you know what they're like. Fucking hell. Have you done that bedroom right, son? That's right. Fucking hell. You didn't dare get it out wrong. Impressive. I hate Star Wars, but I'm forced to watch it. It's very impressive production and good story. Star Wars, yeah, it was good. Star Wars. I think first come out, I went to see it at the pictures at the Odeon in Hartlepool. Fucking brilliant. Stayed in twice, watched it twice. Listening, he did a bit from the school. Timmy B, do a piece of Kiss. Oh, the best bit's when he fucking cheats the old man. Brian, what's he called? Not checking out. Gone to love lab. Gone to. Was it? Gone down to mine. Not checking out, lad. Tell him that. So he's on that. He's playing football and he's pretend to be Bobby Charlton. And the fucking he takes a penalty and the fucking kid saves it. Brilliant save for the kid. He went, you moved, you cheated. So then he comes in and he scores. He's fucking running around, thinks and Bobby Charlton scored, and that's the school teacher. Then he won't get in the shower. Well, he says, you've got to go in the shower, you. Makes him go in the shower. It's fucking hilarious. They're my favourite films, you know. Love them. Rent a Ghost. Oh, I used to hate it. I used to fucking hate that Rent a Ghost. I used to hate the stupid horse, Mr. Claypole. I fucking hated it. How Jamie used to watch that other shite as well. Jamie and the Magic Torch every day. It used to be on. I fucking hated that. And I used to hate that stupid. Rabbit custard. Should drive me fucking mental. Scooby Doo was class. That's where I got old Scrappy's name from. Bless him. Scrappy Doo. You should just fucking eat that thing one go. He was 157 pounds and weight. I think he was 11 stone. So he was 10, but he passed away. He wasn't that big. He lost loads of weight, but he was just. I think he was about 11 stone. He was fucking huge. That dog. He was monstrous. No fucking smashed the windows then. And when I had Charlie in the documentary, and Wilson, they were fucking savages. So we've got that little ball of fluff at the moment. I've been reading up on them. His dad and his mum are fucking war heroes. They were in fucking Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever the fuck it was. They were over there, you know, and the poppy things were on. They were in there too. So the war heroes, his mum was in. His dad and his auntie all were in the army. War heroes. Our Wolf, we called him Wolf. So Emma went. Had to look after Bobby and Eli. So she went to get it. I knew she got there. And he said, "Oh, Ian, come in now. I talked to him." He said, "Oh, what it was?" He said, "I bred them, and he's the pick of the litter, but he is early." Like he said, because I couldn't put him in any other dogs because they've been crossbreeding. So he got this other one. The other one he bred with that family. But this one's from like another family with his mum and dad, like I say, were fucking in the fucking army, fucking war dogs. So one of the dogs is there, and he goes to the dog. This is like must be like its great grandma or something was in the army, whatever. And he says to Emma, "Come in here." He says, "Get her." To the little girl, and he was barking at the little girl. And he went, "Stop!" Just flicked his fingers like that and stopped. Just sat there like that. And then he went, "Watch this, Emma." So he says, "You go over there, go in the house." So it's like going on the back. Shut the door, took the dog in the front garden, went, right, stay there. And then she went on the back and hid in the garden. So they went on the back, come around the front. The little girl went round the front, took the dog in the back, put it on the front, opened the gate and went, "Go and find Jenny or wherever." So I walked to the road and walked to the road and stopped and sat on the road. Looked that way, looked that way, walked across the road, find her, went woof, found the garden where she was at, bring her out, and come on, grabbed her, and brought her out by a coat, pulled her out the garden, not hard, just dead gentle, brought her out the garden, bring her out, because that's what they do for the Taliban, and that's, they'll go in and find them, and they'll go woof, woof, just tell them they're here, or they'll tell them to bring them out, or if they've got a gun out, they'll say a word to attack them. Fucking clever as, and that's Alsatian. So you've got the cleverest dogs on the planet, border collies. They're them, and you won't believe the second one is a poodle. Poodles are really intelligent. So 138 dogs, the Alsatian's number 3, but in training wise and military stuff, the number 1, they're the top dog for military, and also Dobermans right at the top. But nearly everyone's got Alsatians, all like police, and one of his relations is 2 of his relations are police dogs as well. So they're all, the lad who had them, he trained them, in the like he's ex-military, and his family are, but like a few of them have been in the police, and the others have been in the army. So it's in him. You can see what he is. He's fucking so intelligent. He's at the cage. I've had 14 dogs since it was my 15th now, over a life period with my mum and that since I was a kid. And he's at the cage, and I've never seen a dog hold the cage and then try to open it. But they have to take months and months and months to work it out. Scrappy took months. Eli took months. He's 2 days and he's pushing the one cage and he's trying to open the bar with his paw. I thought, how the fuck, me and her like just astounded. We're going to start videoing him so you can see him. What an intelligent dog he is. You can see he's got pure blue eyes as well, because not many have got blue eyes with the dogs. But the mums are pure blue eyes and the dad's blue eyed, because they go brown usually. But he's grown like mad. He's put 3 pounds on, and since we've had him, she's feeding him, and she's got him everything. She's fucking bankrupted me. I swear to God, bankrupted me. Buying him every fucking thing, little coats, little toys, little teddies, little fucking food. The food's £50 for this thing, like a cent thing. I went, fucking hell, sprayed it. And he put it in his cot thing. He's got a cot, baby get over there, baby get over there. Fucking 3 cages for him. So in every room, if he goes, he's going in his cage himself, and he'll bark. Oof, oof, his little bark on him. He'll come out and yelp to come out, and he'll go straight for it. He's got his mum's, we've got milk. We went to the vet, she said, get him the milk, because he's obviously still a baby. She said, get the milk when he, like, from like in a baby's milk, so it's the same milk what his mum would give him. But there was a complication with the mum and everything, so we told the vet and everything. She said, there's no problem, you won't get a dog took off you. There's nothing wrong with, he's 100% fit and that. She said, his eyes and everything are perfect, his paws are huge, she said the same as me, about 4 or 5 weeks old he is. So Shirley and Jamie went on, we're going to reparty and get your dog took off you. Only them sick cunts would do it, wouldn't they? But they can't take it to the vet, so they can't take the dog off you. Absolutely just fucking horrible. I have a lot of tattoos as well. Hang on. James Davison, one of my very first victims on media. John McKean, the man from Atlantis was Bobby Ewan, wasn't he? Bobby Ewan, he was the King Tut, I think he was called, the bloke who was always in the boat with him. He was King Tut, big fat lad. He was also in Batman. I need to close this. I don't know what the fuck have I done. I don't mess this up here. There you go. I don't start. I'll tell you what's fucking nuisance, this thing, isn't it? Done it. Fucking stupid mouse. It's only the dog hasn't chased the mouse all around the table. Double deckers there were out fucking on there about the 1970s, them very magic roundabout. That was all about weed, acid, because Herman Trude went boing. Well, a cow couldn't do a boing, could it? And then everybody went boing on the fucking thing, and then Herman Trude, how much he said about air. And then there was all the other ones, different things, Brian the Snail. It was all about acid. When I used to get the acid years ago, there used to be little like strawberry. He's telling me get them for £1 and some for £5, I think. Something like that. I used to get them for like £1 and stuff for £2, like double money. I get 5,000, make like £5 profit. Just off fucking one lad. Just give them all to one level at him, sell the fucking lot, and it's all taken care of. Just a strip. Used to get them fucking easy peasy, get away with them. Remember them days, Peter the Box, snooker in a black, white TV. Yeah, it was fucking hard work. Yeah, I used to watch that. Snooper, loopy, diddly loopy. That was good one. I used to have a snooker show on Jim Davison. And he also used to have like people on there, didn't he? And you'd have that. What was he called? John something. The snooker man who was a snooker player. He used to do it with him. Jim Davison, John. I think it was John. Biggish bloke. And he used to do the snooker. Yeah, you get prizes, don't you, for what you'd win if you got so many points. It was good, that. It was on a Saturday night, wasn't it? There was one up the elephant around the castle. I think he made another one called that. BMX Bandits. That's an old one. Michael Benton's potty time. Ah, yeah. Michael Benton's potty time. That was it was all like little fucking things, one of the little toy things he had. And then there was I used to like the Wombles, underground, overground, within free. We'll class the Wombles, Uncle Bulgaria, Uncle Orinoco, and then Madam Fifi. That's what he's like, one of them fucking little Wombles. Madam Fifi, she was their maid, wasn't she? For the Wombles. Lived in Wimbledon. Where McIntyre lives at, Wimbledon. Morph was class. The little man, blah, 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 blah. Used to talk like that. Tribe's really good. Rosie and Jim. Yeah, Rosie and Jim. What fucking strangling. Who's Timmy? Timmy B. Ragdoll Annie. Rosie Bragg. Remember Raggy Dolls, just like you and me. Then there was the other dolls. What were they called? The little dolls and the reject dolls in the bin. Paper Moon. Remember that? Flash Gordon was good, black and white on the morning time. Mystery Island was good. Fantasy Island, the clangers. We used to talk like that. So I remember the strawberries. Yeah, fucking horrible. I only had them 3 times. Fucking parrot. She got me them. Take the side off there. You'll get them for now. I took them off, ate them. Driving down the road and I was fucking flying. I was like in a car. I had a BMW 635, an old one. I was driving down red car. It was fucking like a hovercraft. It was hovering all over the fucking place. I've seen people like walking, but their feet were off the floor. It was fucking so I said, stop the car. So I got over, stopped the car, parked it up, walked about fucking quarter of a mile, turned around and it was about 3 feet. In my head, I'd walked about fucking 3/4 of a mile, walking. I turned around, Lackenby works, all the lights were up. You know, from British Steel and Lackenby, you could see all the lights, everything was bright as fuck. Oh, it was scary. 2 days I was off my head. Horrible. People were running on the thing, when they're running on the racetrack. It sounded like that noise, you know, like static. Oh, horrible things. Because you can't control your brain, can you? It's fucking horrible. Raggy Dolls, that was them. Claudette. Fat one was a little fat one. It was good, that. Brian Bless. He used to be on Sunday, didn't he, singing? He was good in the Hawkmen, wasn't he? The Hawkmen! My name's Brian Bless. Hawkmen, go! Ragdolly Annie. Remember Kizzy? Little gypsy girl. That was good. You remember, I bet you can't remember this, you'd be too young, you. Cat Weasel. Remember him? Can you remember? Down in the valley where the wind blows free. Ho, ho, the lightning tree. You remember the lightning tree? No, you can't because you're too young, aren't you? Too young, just kids. Talk the kids on here, mate. Used to sit up doing Superground. I fucking hated her. She's from Glasgow, I knew my mum. Superground. She could flash in half the time. She used to do the flawed advert for Flash. Old woman. She was in Rent a Ghost as well. Chaz and Dave. Remember them? Morph and Chaz. Peter. Paper Moon. We're off to Paper Moon. Follow Spoon. Mystery Island, yeah. Fantasy Island was going, wasn't it? The fucking deplane, boss, deplane. And then there was that other thing it used to be on. Tenko. Japanese. Number 1 Japanese officer. Tenko. Fucking great. There's only a few things on, wasn't there? Because you remember, there was only 3 channels. BBC 1, BBC 2 was shite. It was always about fucking ozone atoms and neons and fucking lasers and fucking this happened and that happened and all funny coloured jumpers and that fucking shit. And then there was channel every now and then there like a movie on. It was never now on BBC Two, was there really? It was all like what was it called, that series when you went to college? Your college course when it used to go on there. You'd be on at 4 or 5 in the morning. It was fucking shit. Champion the Wonder Horse. I know she was fucking out. That's a little bastard. Itchy little Black Beauty was good. There's a few Black Beauties, wasn't there? By man, I just been watching. It's on the weekend. It's on tonight, I think, or tomorrow. Oh no, it's not. I missed it. It's fucking past the weekend, haven't we? What day is it now? Monday, isn't it? Double dipped strawberries. Remember the wacky races? Muttley. Muttley was fucking class. Round the twist. Fucking no, we're all round the twist. Run across. The champions was good. Remember that? They could hear because they'd been to a place in Tibet or something. And they could hear him and everything was better. So there was a good look woman. She was in blonde. She was also in another series. I can't remember what it's called now. It's really good. Ah, that was good. That was brilliant. That where they were. What was it called? There was 3 of them. Oh, fucking what they call it. Really good. Mission Impossible. That was it. It was brilliant. That. You put them in a cell or something, and they think they were in the Ukraine or something, and they were already at home, and they brainwashed them. That was brilliant. That Mission Impossible, the original, used to be on Follyfoot Farm. Ho, ho, the lightning tree. Timmy B's got it. Let's give that man a cigar. Timmy B. And then there used to be Banana Man. And he changes into Banana Man. Yeah, we're all good state. Hope you're okay. Freedom is good. Your eyes are stinging. Super Ted, yeah, he was good, Super Ted. Super Ted, covered being bad as a dog, mate. New freedom. What if the dog says, look, fucking die me, I'm bad as a human. Been bad as a human all week. Batfink. Yeah, Batfinger. My wings are like a shield of steel. Good that, wasn't it? Yeah, we've been on an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't realise we were on that long. 90s mate. David Andrews, the 90s mate. Champion, the Wonder Horse. Microdots. Yeah, I remember microdots. They were acid, weren't they? People used to put them in their eyes. Put them in their eyelid. Never fancied that. People used to put E's up the backside because it'd be more, get off your ass. Get off your ass, you. Polyfoot, yeah, they used to put them at the backside because they used to wear better apparently. And for people who should take coke and the nose was bad, they used to put it up the backside as well. Those pop stars and that. And they put it there. I'm off my ass. Fucking hell. I can't be asked. Okay, hell. Yeah, they used to take acid, put it in their eyes. Yeah, the old shows were good. I tell you what I used to like. Lost in Space, the old black and white one. That was class. I've been watching all black and white. Theatre, something I've been watching. Something Theatre 13, I think it's called. Old stuff from the future. Like he's in space for 10 hours. He went, well, how could he be in space for 10 hours when he had 10 minutes for the fuel? Like, no, dun, 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 dun. They leave you the dramatic music. Been watching them. Sci-fi theatre. I used to like that as well. The Twilight Zone, and then the other one was the Outer Limits. We can control the horizontal, we can control the vertical for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. The Twilight Zone. That man was classic. It was in black and white, wasn't it? It was good. I think some of the old black and white films are great. I like them better than like the old Frankenstein stuff. And the old vampire ones are class. More scarier, I think. Dun, 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 dun. The Hulk. Dun, dun. Don't make him angry. The Hulk. Don't make him angry. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. I haven't watched in 20 years. Fucking not watch on it, is there? It's absolute shit. Swap Shop, yeah, Saturday morning. Then there was that other one, big thingy, that one where somebody went down, didn't and died. They died on a ski slope or something, or one of them things where you jump. Boing. He went back up and got killed, didn't he? What was it called? Bungee jumping. Somebody died on it, didn't they? He never done no more shows after that. Then he started doing that box was fucking shite, wasn't it? Not the box thing, you don't the box. Number 13, number 6, there was a way. There's no way there was no way to do it. Like, if you open that one, it'd be better than that one. It was just a fucking pure guess. You played really well there, they say. I thought, it's just a fucking guessing game. I'll open box 21. I'll open box 4. Oh, you won 50 grand. You could have been 100 grand. But people would say, oh, there's an act to it. There wasn't an act to it. There's no act. There's a load of fucking boxes, and you just had to open them up. Guess which one was in what? You didn't have a clue what was in them. It wasn't a game, was it, where you could play something in? There's no strategy to it. It was just a guess. Well, you played well there. Fuck off. Krypton Factor was good because that was the way you had to use your brain and fitness. That was good. Krypton Factor was on a Friday night, I think. And then you used to have that. I used to like that as well. That other game we used to go into the what was it called? Brian something they called him, was it? That skinny. Oh, what was it called on Friday or Saturday? We used to go and it was like a big room. You had to go through with the team, 4 lads and 4 lasses or something. And you'd have to go through the next part and the next part, and whoever won the prizes. Can't remember what it's called now. Hong Kong Phooey. Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. It's classic. The cat did all the work, didn't it? Hong Kong Phooey was fucking shite. The cat did everything, beat everyone up and everything. That was the fighter. He was useless, funny, Hong Kong. Rainbow. Died now, I think him. Zippy. George. Fucking big hippopotamus. Fucking Shelley Crabtree, that, the big hippopotamus. Jamie, there's a boy. Have you pissed yourself yet? Pissy fucking pants. Pissy potamus. Jamie the pissy potamus. Fucking pissed himself at 40-odd-year-old. Pissed himself on the fucking bud. First time we met her, she said, picked him up, he was full of pee. I had to get him. I said, what did you do? I said, if that had been me, I'd have just fucking left. That was the last I was wanting to meet. And I wouldn't fucking meet anyway. I'd have date and say I wasn't fucking there. But if I was going to meet somebody and you met them, you did. And they pissed herself. They laid on the bus, I would just fucking leave them. I'd just jump off the bus. So she got on the bus and threw him on her back. Came woman, got him home, walked up the stairs with him, put him in the shower, cleaned him down, dried him off, then jumped into bed with him. I didn't want to know that. Well, he wanted to know, you fucking met? Tell me every fucking thing. What she done? Well, she's got no fucking shame there. Like, fucking jumping that thingy with anyone, she would. Fucking man mad she is. Man fucking mad. I said, what do you think about when he's having sex with these rent boys and that? I think it's funny. Oh, you're not right. And then I realised she's fucking into it all. LSD. Oh, not for me then, mate. Fucking horrible. People used to put them in the clothes. They were doing them in jail, and they were like rinsing, put the wet, and then they were getting them, put them back in the water, something thingy in the clothes. So they were putting them in there, so they check all your clothes now. Sooty and Sweet was the dog, and Sue and the panda. Sooty and Sweet. Remember Sooty and Sweet? I can't remember a dog. Sooty and Sweet and Sue. I can't remember a dog in it. Dog and Sue was panda. I can't remember the dog. I can remember Sooty and Sweet, and I can remember the little panda, little girl one. I think she was a panda, wasn't she? She was a panda. I thought she was. What's the dog? Sweep was the dog. Oh, yeah, he was when he Sweep. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, because I had a dog and I called him Sooty. No, not Sooty. What do I call him? Sweep. Sweep, what do I call him? Fucking hell, I had a black fucking... I got him from Broughton. 300 quid it cost me. You know, skinny. Passed away now. Oh, Bobby went. Sooty, what the fuck was that I call him? Sweep. Sooty. I can't remember the fucking dog's name now. Little black, big fairy paws on him. What did I call him? Fucking hell, Sooty, I think I called him. It's hilarious, he was. He run all over. Same dogs as Steve Max, got one of them, but he was all black, pitch black. As you go, fluffy paws. Is there a paws, fluffy paws? You run all over the fucking house like a lunatic, up and down the stairs. He'd come in with fucking mud all the time. He's the gun dogs, aren't there? I never seen him once with a fucking firearm like the gun dogs. Never seen him ever. All these gun dogs, I've never ever seen them. Look, got a gun here, Dad. Look, I found a gun. Not one of them dogs. Crystal Maze, that's it. Racing lady, spot on. And that other one was good. The green and white, Krypton Pack, that was good as well. Windows are drawn. My name's Jamie Time. What is Brian? I'm going to skill you. Pivot and move. I know you're 23 stone giant. I can pivot and move. And I'm going to skill you. Windows are drawn. Fucking windows are drawn. You've seen him now at the fucking shows, so you know the voice. It's hilarious, isn't it? It is, was. Windows are drawn. Me and you, 1-1. And I'm going to go down 11 a.m. That means 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Steel City Gym. I'm fucking still waiting for you to turn up. Fucking idiot. He came home and he went straight home. He stayed in the house for 2 weeks and he said to her, I want to go and hang myself. There's no way out of it now what I've done. I can't get out of this one. I'm going to have to hang myself playing the sympathy fucking ball. But it's really poorly. She's done the same thing with the fucking Cockerill. He's going to hang himself. The same sympathy seeking fucking, feeling sorry for him. Deputy, I couldn't pick and take fish. I used to look at the deputy dog. He used to talk like this. He used to go, I'm going to get myself a couldn't pick and catfish. Couldn't pick and catfish. Okay, Muskie. Come on, Muskie, let's get some fish. Fucking class. I used to love that all the American stuff. I was a kid. I loved Happy Days, such as that. I thought I was the Fonz. Fucking hell. Yeah, you've got the black jacket, jeans turned up, jeans turned up, and then drain pipes on you. Yeah, everyone in the 1970s had them. When we were at school with kids, Happy Days. Hey, it's a Fonz. Used to get all the women to do that or whatever, and flick his fingers and all just run over. Sooty Sweep and his cousin, Scampy. Scampy, stop lying, you fucking Timmy B. Scampy and fucking Chips. Scampy. He's got Sooty and Sweep and Scampy. Fucking Timmy B's been on them fucking mushrooms, hasn't he? I know he has. Fucking hell, Sooty and Sweep. I used to love fucking Scooby Doo. Fucking hilarious. The noise when they're eyeing. They used to do that daft noise. Or they'd run like mad the feet. Windows ajar. Yeah. Rod and Emu was classed to the daft good off the roof. I tried to put the aerial on the when United came back to the Champions League in the last minute. It's Solskjaer scored and Teddy Sheringham scored 2-1. They were getting beat 1-0. They come back 2-1. Couldn't believe it. It was the best comeback. That was the best. That was it. Never ever will there be ever a treble like that. It was fucking unbelievable. I was in Spain when it happened. And I was in Spain then, but went from Spain the next week because they played Newcastle. I think they beat Newcastle 2-1, if I'm right. And They weren't 100%, and I went in. Two top players were injured, and I went in. I think it was at Real Madrid they played. Barcelona was it, and they come back and they won 2-1. Couldn't believe it. I was in a place called Aga Marina in Aga Marina. Where the fuck is it? Greece. In Greece. You know, in Athens. I went to the not the Colosseum. I went to the first Olympic Games. I ran around there. Only slow, but I was 24 stone. I was fucking huge. Walking down the beach, there's loads of gay people there. It didn't bother me. They were going behind me, like if I'll give him one. I was just laughing. Seen him in the mirror doing it. And I used to walk down the beach when we top off. I was fucking legs were huge. And the place was called Piccadilly Hotel. And the man who owned it was going to give me £1,000 a week to stay, look after him. But I was making fucking 10 grand a week at home. The security and the gear and that all. But it was good. I went for a week and ended up staying 10 days. I did a couple of jobs with him. Got paid off him. Just a Greek bloke. He was lovely. But yeah, it was called the Piccadilly Hotel. It was shitey hotel, but people were lovely. They were the best people I ever met, the Greek people. Win, lose or draw. Man United. Win, lose or draw. Win, lose or draw. 11 a.m. Steel City Gym. Sunday morning. 5'6" off. No, you're 5'6". You've got 5'8" off. Even there he's lying about his height. He's about that much fucking smaller than me. He's like a fucking mouse stood next to me. I'll pivot and move. I'd slap you once, you'd start crying like a little fucking bitch. You have more tears than the people on here pissing themselves. Windows a draw. Imagine putting that. I'm going to do that on the fucking stage. I'm doing a boxing club, and every time I go to a boxing club, I'm going to do the voice on stage. Everyone in the fucking place. I'll bring the house down. You're going to have to come to. I'm at a boxing do in November. Give the trophies out for Dale Brendan Hyde. He hasn't got long to go now. He's only got a couple of days left to live now, so he's going to pass away soon. But I said to him, just give up now. You fought 11 years, and that bullying bastard bullied that man all the way through his cancer. You're fucking ashamed of yourself, you dirty fucking animal. Animal you are. Same shit with us. I'm going to bum your dad, 77-year-old dad. I'm going to bum your dog. I'm going to sell your dog. And he's offering Dale for a fight. So Dale said, I'll fucking fight you. So he texted Dale saying, I was in the ABA's semi-finals 3 years. And so I'm coming to fight you with Brian Cockerill and Terry Dicko. It's all lies and fucking poor Dale. Anyway, Dale come to see me. Nicest man you could ever meet in the whole world. He hasn't got long to go. Talked to him the other week. I said, look, I'm not going to bullshit and say you're all right when I know you're not. But I love you all the world, and Emma does, and everybody loves you. And we want to keep your memory up. And we're going to, every time when there's the boxing thing, I'm going to go and give the trophies out and speak about Dale. I'm going to get a plaque made and everything for him. So it's going to be put up. So the lads, Tyrrell, I think the lad's called, who's doing the boxing. I think it's an amateur one at a time. So I'm going to get a lot of people to go. See Norman Buckland will go. See like Lee Watley might come as well. I think the lad who took me on the pads, he's going. I'm going to get him to come. He's going to do a podcast with us as well. The other one who said, I've took loads of people on the pads. I've never been hit that hard. So I'm going to do this cunt now. I'm going to go around all the people he said I'm lying about, and I'm going to get them to come on the podcast and come and tell their story as if I'm lying. So if I'm lying, let them, like the racing driving lads, I used to get my car built with. I'm going to get them to come on and say, yeah, we did build Brian's cars. Brian did used to rally drive, but he wasn't a professional. He was an amateur rally driver. So I'm going to make you look like a fucking clown. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use all the lies you've made up against me and all the people I'm going to tell lies about you saying I'm lying. I'm going to go to them and get interviews and get them interviews off them. We're going to go all over the country doing stuff and just drive them fucking bananas because that'll do his head in. He won't be able to handle it because he can't stand the truth. As if I was a rally driver. What I said, I used to rally drive. Me, Bam Bam, BJ, Steve Mack will tell you because he's from that area. BJ and all of us, Paddy Watson, Smalley, Spud, Bandera, all of them had Cosworths. We all had Cosworths, so we used to go to Redcar. My mate used to have a place called Adrian Horsley, just as you go in the Redcar, you can go just before you go straight onto the beach. You can turn left and go into Warrenby. There's a scrapyard there, but on the right was a lad called Adrian Horsley. He was not a professional, he was an amateur rally driver. He would come a couple of fests, come a couple of seconds and thirds. Really, really good. And he used to show me how to left foot brake and keep your foot on the metal. Don't pedal to the metal. Don't lift it up. You use your left foot to brake and oversteer and understeer. So he was teaching me, but he said, you would never be able to win because you're 24 stone. He said, I'm like 7 stone. So you'll never have no chance. So, and I knew that because they're all like 6 and 7 stone, because the lighter you are, the quicker you're going to be going round. So he's trying to say, I said, because I said I used to amateur drive, he's put it in that I was a professional rally driver. Never ever was professional. Why would you say you're a professional when you've never done it? You just have to be a fucking idiot. He just twists things, puts bits on, then puts other bits on top of it. What you said, cuts bits out, splices them, tapes them or pastes them, what the call it, then puts it together, makes a load of shit up about people. He's just a horrible cunt. That big fat fucking thing. Why don't you go to the police on me and grasp me up to the police about me saying you could pick up the door? Because you dare because you know the door will come in with the police and you get fucked. Why won't you go to the police on me? Come on, go and phone the police. I'm trolling you. If you've got no to hide, why don't you go down the door with us then? I'll go to the door with you and we'll see who's lying. Go on the door, and you know what the thing is? It was all recorded. So I'm allowed to get that recording because I'm on that recording as a care worker for you. And I went in there as a Mackenzie friend. I have the fundamental right to get that under the law. I spoke to David, my mate, who's a barrister, and I spoke to two solicitors. I went, yeah, you have the right to get that tape recording because you're on it, representing him as like a representation of him. So you're allowed to have that because he gave permission for you to represent him. And you were on it, and you're talking about you in that interview, so you're allowed to have that tape recording. So I'm going to phone them up and tell them I want the recordings. I want the recording of what happened that day. That'll be able to fucking prove 100%. I'm telling the truth. Who's fucked up? Yeah. On 6 watt swap shop. Yeah. Yeah, so I used to have a little telly, 14-inch telly in my bedroom on a Saturday, and watch the football scores, and Man United was shite like then. But they've got shite again. Fucking team's terrible. They've got no midfield. Midfield's fucking gone, disappeared. They've got Christian Eriksen, the midfield. He's a good player, but he's fucking got no legs. No legs, not whatsoever. And they bought that Mount. I think he's a good player, but they need somebody with him, creativity, who can make the ball. We'd love a Paul Scholes now. Maybe a Paul Scholes now in that team would be fucking brilliant. It's all they need, the midfield. The rest of the team's all right. Maguire's fucking shite as well. Like, he's fucking garbage. But I think if they get a good midfielder, they should have bought fucking Harry Kane for 100 million, and if they had him, he'd be scoring goals every day of the week. They need somebody to score. Rashford's like a fucking pin-up boy for fucking Ten Hag. It's like he's in love with him. Fucking, he's playing shite, and he's only good on the left, really. And they've got no one on the right, so Garnacho can come on the right. The other one, there's 2 Garnachos, they're good, but he just keeps putting the favourite players in all the time. They keep letting him down. I can't understand why he keeps doing it. It's a bit, and he's another one. He's a good player. And they keep putting fucking players on it. A shite. Because it's a car the 90s. The worst, eh? 6.5 grand or 7 grand you paid for them. I say I took 2 off. I took 1 off one kid, a magenta red one. I took a white one off Craig Howard, that was 2. And I bought 2 with Bam Bam. And I bought 1 off what's his fucking name now? Come to my house with a lovely man, millionaire. Can't his fucking name now. Terry something, got my second name now. He had one in Portrack. He said, Brian Cockerill, come. He said, I shit myself. He said, to Remy, he said, come here. He was here about 3 hours when I did the Taxman and Teesside book. And he said, Terry Pierce, that's his name. Great lad. He went, I'll come. He came in, Emma. He said, he's like that. I know he's big now. He's like, honestly, it was just ridiculous. And he come in, he said, what's that car? What you give us for? He said, 7 grand, I think it was. He went, what would you give it for? He said, 6, 7, I think he said. And then he said 650, I think it was, about 6,500. So we're talking, he's going to tax us, he's going to take the car off us, I know he is. So I'm talking to him, and I said, do you want a coffee? He went, yeah, I'll have a coffee. So I got the coffees with this, you put £1 in this machine, and coffee, talking about how's business, blah, 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 just having a chat. He said, I knew he was just going to say, give us the keys, I'm off, and just drive. I couldn't have done fuck all, I couldn't have got no one, because no one was in Brian's league. He said, no one anywhere. I don't give a fuck who they are. No one in the 90s late 80s, 90s could have beat him. No one, he said, so nobody, we couldn't even get a team because he knew every fuck all the travellers and everyone with his pals. So there's no way he was like fucking like tinfoil was like the law in the fucking area. Sean Day said Brian was number one. So I said to him, how much you want again? I said, yeah, there's the money. So I shot the money in the tail, it was 6,700, I think it was. He said, well, there's 50 quid back. Give me £50 back. Petrol. So he said, do you want another coffee? I said, I'll have a drinking chocolate. So he's sitting there, he's having a drinking chocolate. I'm sat here thinking, fucking hell, fucking tax man's here, fucking shit myself, he said. I went, is that all right then? He went, yeah, that sound. He said, so counted all the money out and got right to the last bit. He come up, shook my hand, his hand like just swamped me, put my hand on my shoulder. It was like a fucking big grizzly bear. He grabbed me and went, you all right, Terry? We're all right, mate. Do you get any trouble? I'll give him a right. Done that to him. Walked out the club, walked out the door, got the car keys and drove off. Left me other car there. Can I get that later? And I got somebody else to pick it up. Of course you can. And he said, I still thought he was going to tax me. Never. He said, been friends with him all them years. I've never heard any bad stories with Brian. It's always helping kids, always helping people. He never ever hurt anyone like us. Like Nosher Howard will tell you, multi-millionaire businessman, always nice to all the people. Never ever. I've got a video of that daft cunt coming on where he's talking about me 4 years ago, how good I was. Never hurt children, never hurt people, never hurt kids, never hurt fucking old people. Only tax drug dealers. I've seen 7 statements where he's been trying to charge him for murder. You know, when you get nicks and you get the statement from your solicitors. I've seen 7 different statements where he's been pulled in for that, like armed robberies and murders. And he's a good guy, but he's done some bad things in his time, but only to bad people. But he was the law in Teesside in them days. He was up the top of the tree. There was no one bigger than him. The police really wanted him, and they wanted to put him away. But he's a really good person, all that shit. He's saying, this is tinfoil. And then he's fucking calling me names now, saying, oh, I'm this, that, and the other, all these other things. Because then he was doing the book with me and it was making money for himself, so it was beneficial to build me up. That must hurt. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot. We've done 2 hours and I'm fucking shattered. I'm going to have something to eat. I'm starving. Thank you very much for coming on. I think I'll get this tonight. Fuck you do it. Why can't I just do it normally? Images. See what I mean? It's dead. Just napping. I ain't got a fucking clue. Screaming at it in a minute. Can't get it go off. That's come on now. What the fuck? That's a reminder. What the fuck's a reminder got to do with anything? Oh, this is driving me fucking bonkers. Yeah, I can't do this. Fucking thing does me head in. It drives me mental. Fucking stupid thing it is.
Where's that? Hold on, where's the other?
Fucking hell. Let me out. Yeah, it's battered. Fucking hell, drives me mental.